Hey everyone, have I here bring another video on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan Battle. In this video, we are going to be discussing the new LR Goku and Piccolo dropping on the JP version of the game. So with that, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Let's go ahead and dive right in. And this new LR is going to be the legendary rare for the Saiyan Saga celebration, and not a big surprise because this is the iconic moment of Piccolo doing the special beam cannon, killing Raditz and Goku. And it's a little bit off because in the card art he does have two hands or two arms, and that's of course not the case. But anyway, we're going to discuss this unit here, break it all down, because all this information dropped last night, early in the morning. There's no way I was able to stay up or even wake up early enough to go ahead and make this video. But making this video now, go ahead, hopefully you'll get some insights on here. Now, this is an exchange unit, exchange Piccolo, because a funny thing enough is the exchange mechanic is when Piccolo does the special beam cannon and actually kills Goku, thus now leaving Piccolo. So very interesting choice they ended up doing. But this actually is going to be our second LR Goku and Piccolo. There's a movie version of this. I think this one, of course, has a lot more utility, but it's going to be very limited, just like the other unit here. So kind of a filler LR. But in a sense, you know, I wouldn't recommend anybody summon for this unit at this point in time because Golden Week is right around the corner. But in a sense, very interesting what they're doing here, because this is a physical unit, and this would be our third dual category 150, and it seems like they're going to go even further and probably provide a lot more dual 150s. And it's very interesting that they've chosen physical, because they've not had yet created a dual 150 category lead LR for Int yet, and they just recently came out with one. Well, I guess on global they recently came out, but on JP it was a while ago on the AGL version. There's 3 Dokkan Festival exclusive dual 150s, but I'm not sure if there's going to be this interesting pattern that I normally see on here. But I'll kind of keep looking at things. But it's interesting they chose physical for this LR versus like an Int. So anyway, let's go ahead and dive into the unit in of itself and break it all down for you. So the leader skill, like I mentioned before, is a dual category 150. It is Saiyan Saga and Battle of Wits, so that makes a lot of sense. It is Ki +4 though, and that might be a little bit different when you're looking at the dual 150s that are currently available. Some of them are Ki +3 at 150, but now you're seeing a lot with the Ki +4. And the super attack here is raises attack and causes colossal damage to enemies, so that is a unconditional Kaioken mechanic. So that's very beneficial to get an additional off to raise the SA multiplier. The Ultra Super Attack, the 18 key, it greatly raises defense for 1 turn and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. The passive skill here, it's attack and defense plus 100%. That's right off the bat there, plus an additional 200% defense when your HP is 50% or above. Now, when you're below 50%, there's some problems there, but there is a exchange mechanic we're going to talk about in a second that provides you the opportunity to not just be totally defenseless at only 100% and lose that 200% defensive buff there. Now, you're also going to get a Ki +5 attack 90% and guards all attacks for the first 5 turns of the battle. So again, that is an important feature, because generally you're going to exchange after the first 5 turns. So you shouldn't lose all that there, but the guards against all attacks is very, very, very strong. Now, medium chance of performing additional super attack when receiving an attack. So you should be able to tank no problem. This is a definitely, slot 1, slot 2 unit in the first 5 turns, and over 50%. You're going to be tanking extremely well. Plus an additional attack 30% when performing an Ultra Super Attack, and an additional 70% when your key is 24 or when using your active skill. So very, very interesting way they're building here. A lot of different variables, but I really like it. It's well balanced here, and this is another unit. We don't have too many of these that you're trying to get key maxed out at 24. Now, they do have this exchange mechanic. Active skill here, exchanges and greatly raises attack for 1 turn, causes ultimate damage, and nullifies the enemy for 1 turn. So that is a huge active skill here, where you're just nullifying basically a Ghost Usher for that 1 turn and do an attack. Now, this can be activated when you receive 7 or more attacks in the battle. So you're just kind of saying, hey, hit me, right? And once again, no problem in doing that with the amount of defense and guard against all attacks. Or where HP is 50% or below starting from the 4th turn. As you can see, that works very well, very cohesively with the passive skill there once the 50% or above mechanic of the defense of 200 or below starting from the 4th turn. So when you are 50% or below, you can go ahead and create this active skill here. You definitely want to keep more defense here. And then after the 4th turn, basically when your 5 turns run out, that's when your guard against all attacks and 90% attack and key +5 drops off as well. So you definitely want to exchange. Some of these other units that you have, you're like, should I exchange, not exchange kind of scenario. This is absolutely, once you are able to use this active skill, you are going to trade off, because you're going to lose a lot of passive buffs. Now, the link skills are exactly the same as the other LR Goku and Piccolo. It has Infighter, Shocking Speed, Tough as Nails, Experienced Fighter, Solid Support, Fierce Battle, and Legendary Power. Categories. Categories. So the categories are a little different from the other LR Goku and Piccolo. It has SAIYAN Saga, of course, that's the feature there. Join Forces, that's generally what you're going to use this unit on a team with. That's going to connect really well with the links. But of course, you can use on these other teams as well. Connected Hope, Battle Wits, Final Trump card, and All Out Struggle. The other Goku and Piccolo has full power. This one doesn't. Now, of course, this has 6 categories, which said multiple times, you're probably tired of hearing it, that should be the minimum for a new unit to come out with the 80+ categories that we have. But I feel like 8 should be now the new minimum, but at least it does have 6. But again, we are in 2022, over 80 categories. I think 8 should be the new minimum. But anyway, when you exchange, not a lot of changes, but again, you want to exchange due to the fact that you're going to lose a lot of those passive buffs if you're under HP 50% or after the 4th turn. So once you exchange here, you exchange into Piccolo, as you can see here, firing the special beam cannon, and the super attack changes to raises attack unconditionally to now raises defense unconditionally on the 12 key, and then ultra super attack is massively raises attack versus defense and causes mega colossal damage to the enemy. Everything else stays the same. Passive skill recovers 10% HP. I was thinking they probably should have done like 20%, because you should be, generally speaking, under 50% when you're transforming, or like I said, after 5 turns. But I guess 10% is fine. 20% or 25% would have been better, in my opinion, but that's the only kind of negative I see on here. And then passive skill provides then key +3 and attack and defense 100%, so you can get an additional +3 to key right on top of that 100% right off the bat, plus an additional key +3 and 100% when 3 or more key spheres are retained. So you're not going to get the 200% defensive boost, but you're not going to lose all of it either. Now, another issue here is they did remove guard against all attacks. Now, when you're 200% defense and guard against all attacks, it's very, very strong here. But of course, this is designed more to do a lot of damage. So as you can see here, the rest of the buffs here, attack 100% when performing ultra super attack, and then additional 50% attack when performing ultra super attack when HP is 50% or above when launching the attack, which you should be, and nullifies enemy's action for 1 turn when performing a super attack when key is 24. So so that right there is super strong when your key is 24, nullifies enemy's actions for 1 turn. So very, very powerful unit. However, it's not longer a tank in this fashion, but you're going to be dealing a lot more damage. So I think, once again, very nicely built. Again, you're probably not going to use this unit that often, being on these 6 categories, and SAIYAN Saga is not really built well with the leader of Raditz, but it's going to be a fun addition. Not a unit that you should definitely chase for, but a fun unit if you're definitely a Saiyan Saga fan. So ultimately with that, if you're going to be running this, and like I mentioned, if you're going to run with solid links and link support, you're going to run on a joint forces team, and the 4 teams that you can see on top, or not the 4 teams, but the 4 units that have 5 links or above. Actually, no, these are just 5 links here. 5 links is LR Friku, LR 17, and Golden Frieza, the Namek Saga, Battle Armor Krillin and Gohan, and then LR Hitku. So those are the 4 that has the 5 links there. Generally speaking, most joint forces type units are going to link fairly well with this unit here. But anyway, that is the breakdown here. We're going to end with watching the super attack and super attacks and exchange. So we'll leave you with this. Alrighty, so there's the unit here. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this breakdown, and of course, if you're new to my channel, like, subscribe, comment below, do all that good stuff. Thank you all for watching. Keep on Dokkaning. We'll catch you next time. Later.